As we are all aware, the registration of voters and production of an accurate register are fundamental anchors of our electoral system. They are also primary functions of the Independent National Electoral Commission. Section 10 of the Electoral Act 2010, as amended, mandates the Commission to conduct registration of voters on a continuous basis. Previously, voter registration occurred around elections, particularly due to the exigencies of resources. You will recall that the continuous voter registration, the CVR, took place continuously from 27th April 2017 and was only temporarily suspended on 31st August 2018 to enable the Commission to prepare the data for the production of the register of voters and printing of the permanent voters cards, the PVCs, for the 2019 general election. The election was followed by the usual post-election preoccupations of the Commission, such as post-election litigations, post-election reviews, and several off-cycle elections, particularly the governorship elections in Kogi and Bayelsa states, which took place late in 2019. These off-cycle elections had to be conducted using the same register of voters for the 2019 general election. The CVR could not recommence in 2020 due largely to the COVID-19 pandemic. In line with the general advice by health officials regarding events involving large groups of people, we considered it inauspicious to restart the CVR at the height of the pandemic. The Commission issued a detailed policy on conducting elections in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic, which focused mainly on elections proper, since these elections must hold to prevent constitutional crisis linked to end of tenure. Such elections took place in Edo and Ondo states late last year. In the light of the prevailing circumstances, the Commission promised the nation that it would recommence the CVR in the first quarter of 2021. Our thinking at the time was that at the turn of the new year, we would have completed all outstanding off-season governorship elections and that the pandemic would have eased. We also needed time to put in place new systems that would facilitate safer registration of voters should the pandemic persist. The first quarter of 2021 ended yesterday, and obviously the Commission was unable to restart the CVR exercise. It is therefore in line with our long-standing pledge to carry Nigerians along in all our activities and to make them aware of any challenges in the discharge of our functions that the Commission has called this press conference. There are three cardinal reasons why the exercise could not start earlier. The first is the establishment of new systems that would ensure safer CVR exercise in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic. In this regard, the Commission is building a new online registration portal that will enable new registrants to commence registration online and subsequently complete the capture of their biometric data at designated registration centers. This is designed to reduce overcrowding. Through the online portal, they can schedule their visits to the registration centers to suit their convenience. Above all, a continuous voter registration locator is integrated to the new portal, which will enable online registrants to locate the nearest registration center available to them to complete their registration. Previously, registered voters who wish to transfer their voting locations, apply for replacement of their PVCs, or correct their personal information had to appear physically at the registration centers. The development of this portal, which is being done in-house by our engineers, has taken a little more time to complete than the Commission anticipated. The second reason is the Commission's determination to expand voter access to polling units. You would all recall that recently the Commission embarked on a nationwide engagement with Nigerians in which we raised the fundamental issue of declining voter access to polling units across the country. The engagement clearly demonstrated that the existing polling units are inadequate. They were initially designed to cater for a projected 50 million voters, but presently over 84 million voters are registered. In addition, many of the polling units are inaccessible to voters, especially persons with disability, and are not conducive to implementing the Commission's election regulations, especially in the context of the COVID-19 pandemic. We are glad that most Nigerians agree with the Commission on this issue, and we have commenced a far-reaching program of converting voting points and voting point settlements into full-fledged polling units and relocating poorly situated polling units to better locations. The Commission needs more time to complete this exercise so that the new polling units will be available for registrants to choose during the CVR exercise. Thirdly, the Commission has decided to introduce a new voter registration equipment and technology. The present generation of voter registration equipment, which the Commission introduced in 2011, is the direct data capture machines, the DDCMs. This is based on a laptop and a series of peripherals connected to it. In addition, it includes large power packs to power the laptops in the field. While the DDCMs have served the Commission well over the last 10 years, we believe that there are now more compact registration devices that will better serve Nigerians during the CVR exercise. The Commission is therefore migrating from the DDCMs to the INEC voter enrollment device, IVED, which is based on an Android tablet. The procurement of the new devices, the modification of the registration software by our in-house engineers to make it compatible with the Android operating system, as well as integrating these with the online registration portal, require a little more time. For instance, due to the COVID-19 pandemic, our partners abroad who manufacture the IVED hardware are not operating at full capacity, and the pandemic has also made the supply chain and delivery much slower. In consideration of these challenges and the measures we have taken to overcome them, the Commission is now in a position to announce Monday, 28th June 2021, as the date for the commencement of the CVR exercise nationwide. I think the elections that were rancorous were actually exceptions to the rule in terms of the recent elections conducted by the Commission. We took time, because of what happened in Ekiti in particular, to look at all the by-elections conducted since 2019, and we have so far conducted 25 by-elections, 25 since the 2019 general elections. Here, I'm not talking about off-season elections. We conducted 4 governorship elections. I'm not also talking about court-ordered run elections from the 2019 general elections. We conducted 30 elections. But 25 by-elections conducted since the 2019 general elections. We have not had the kind of experience that we had in Ekiti State. But it is our prayer and wish, and I believe the prayer of all Nigerians and the wish of all Nigerians, that elections should be a happy occasion rather than a battleground. So we'll continue to enforce the law as it allows us to do so. So we'll continue to do what we can within the ambit of the law to ensure that the elections continue to be rancor-free. Part of what we intend to do is, in addition to meeting with the Interagency Consultative Committee on Election Security, is immediately after Easter to convene a meeting with the political parties. Because what happened in Ekiti in particular had very little to do with our processes and procedures. We deployed 100%. We were ready for the elections, but the elections were disrupted, in which case some of our own officials, ad hoc and regular, were equally victims of the mayhem that happened. So we'll engage with the political parties. We'll engage with the security agencies. We'll continue to enforce and strengthen prosecution. This is very critical for us and for the nation. For as long as the violators of our own laws are not penalized, this brigandage is likely to continue. And given what happened recently in Akwa Ibom State, no one is in doubt about the determination of the Commission to ensure that those who violate our laws are prosecuted. Yes, the case of Akwa Ibom involved a high-profile ad hoc staff. But I kept saying this. In 2016, after a by-election in Minjibir State constituency in Kano State, we successfully prosecuted 40 electoral offenders. 40 electoral offenders. So it's not the first time that this commission is successfully prosecuting offenders. So Romanus will continue to do what we can to ensure prosecution, and will continue to speak to the security agencies and the political parties to ensure that those who violate the laws are apprehended and prosecuted. And then for political parties, the actors also behave like true democrats, not warriors on election day.